So how big is Peace Valley Park?
1,500 acres. The lake is 325 acres. And we have here at the Nature Center, we've kind of claimed 750 acres. We're environmental education. That's why we exist. This park was established, as was the lake, as flood control for further down Chalfont and further down the flow of the Neshaminy into the Delaware. And they just bought the land around here and preserved it, and it's kind of a great jewel in the middle of suburbia. We're heading to the sugar bush right now. Oh, you can see through there the sugar maple that I tapped. That is the oldest, the biggest tree that I actually tapped. February 24th from 11 in the morning till 1, we are having our Sugar Maple Festival, and we have 4 trees that are tapped up here. We bring groups as they come with one of our educators, and they talk about the historic method of sugar mapling, how the Lenape used sugar mapling. We actually use a story from the Lenape talking about the sugar mapling. And the trees are tapped. They bring some of the sap back to our big boiling kettle that we boil down into syrup itself. We also have available in the building itself, we have waffles and ice cream and maple syrup.
Now you've tapped this tree and it looks like it's a pretty old one.
It is, it is. It's well over 80 years. It may even be more. You'd have to do a core to date it. And it gets very ridgy with the bark like that. Okay, using a power drill, I drill into the tree through the cambium layer, which is the living layer of the tree, and drill up a little bit so that the sap flows a little bit faster. And the spile, this is called a spile, this little thing, this little tap that's in there, it has slits back in the back so it can flow all the way through there. Really the interesting thing is once you drill in there, it starts dripping right out of the hole. And you can see some of the old holes from previous years, they heal themselves. Years ago, they used to plug them up, but what they found is it keeps the bacteria and things in the tree and it causes the tree harm. It's just like when you get a cut, you heal. The tree does the same thing. And you can see it's running pretty well now. If it were sunny, it would be running much faster.
Will that fill the whole bucket?
Yes, it will. This is 2 days. I have 4 trees tapped here, sugar maple. This is the largest. Most of them are around 12 inches diameter, maybe a little bit more. And I varied those on purpose so people could measure them and actually see what a 10-inch tree in diameter is.
So did the Lenape Native Americans use the same methods that you're using, or do you use something that's different?
Actually, they're pretty smart. They would put it in this hollowed log, and of course it would freeze at night. Then the sugar doesn't freeze as fast as the water does, so they would take that top off. Usually use it in drinks, like power drinks, like, we use the Powerade and all that. And then they would just keep doing it. They'd also put hot rocks from the fire in it to help it boil down. And then they would make it into, they didn't use syrup, they used sugar loaves because they could store it. The sap will go bad over time, but the sugar doesn't. So ours is more of a pioneer type of method that we're using. If you hand me the backpack, I want to show you another really cool thing that we do with the groups, is we use a stethoscope. And you can actually, if they're very quiet, if you put it on, like you would and you can actually hear. And we listen to the heartbeat of the tree, the sap rising. Sometimes you have to move it a little bit so that, you get the thin part of where the bark is. And if you're extremely lucky, you'll actually be able to hear it. We welcome all ages. It's not exactly stroller friendly, but it is family friendly, and that is what we're after. And it's a great event. It's very, very well attended, and we have a lot of fun.